Close your doors and windows now and don't open it for anyone, even if it is a human being. If you hear door open or windows shuttered, do not react and make sure to find a safe place to hide and do not make any noise. Turn off all television sets and radio sets once the broadcast is complete. I repeat, do not leave your television on once this broadcast is complete. If you see anyone who looks like a human, look away as quickly as possible. You hear someone in your house or in your yard that sounds like a human, assume it isn't. If you have access to any loaded weapon, make sure to have it. Emergency broadcast system is not a test. Attention, citizens, a critical situation is unfolding. Authorities have confirmed reports of doppelgangers, identical copies of real people appearing in our community. These entities mimic voices, appearance, and behaviors with near-perfect accuracy. Instructions: 1. Remain indoors, lock all doors and windows. Avoid unnecessary noise. 2. Do not trust your senses. If a loved one is acting strangely, maintain a safe distance. 3. Verification protocol. Before allowing anyone inside, ask a personal question only they would know. If they hesitate or respond incorrectly, do not engage. 4. Stay off social media. Doppelgangers have been known to mimic digital communications. Avoid answering phone calls or messages, unless absolutely necessary. 5. Monitor the situation. Keep a battery-powered radio tuned to official channels for further updates. Signs of a doppelganger: disjointed or repetitive speech, unblinking or irregular eye movement, unnatural stillness or delayed reactions, odd behavior inconsistent with the person as normal habits. If you suspect a doppelganger presence, remain calm. Do not confront it. Quietly move to a secure room. Contact authorities using the emergency hotline. Stay vigilant. Trust no one until the all clear is given. Further instructions will follow. This message is being transmitted at the request of the United States government and National Aeronautics Administration. This is an emergency situation. You must follow these instructions carefully. At 9:13 p.m. EST, multiple unidentified objects entered Earth's atmosphere. They are no longer visible. They are no longer in the sky. Residents have reported tall, thin figures standing motionless in streets, fields, and outside homes. These entities do not move. They do not make a sound. However, they are aware of you. Instructions: do not look outside. Do not attempt to leave. Lock all doors and windows. Turn off all lights. Do not make noise. Do not respond. Do not. If you hear a loved one outside, do not let them in. They are not who they claim to be. Survivors have reported hearing their own voices calling from outside. If this occurs, leave the room immediately. Final warning: if you begin to see movement in the reflections of windows, cover them immediately. If you hear footsteps above you, evacuate to a lower floor. There is no evacuation order. There is no rescue operation. You must remain in. They are already here. If you are still alive at sunrise, wait for further instructions. If there is no sunrise, remain silent. Remain inside. This message will now repeat. Do not go outside. Do not look outside.
The pilot is advised not to lock all your doors and windows. Do not open the door for anyone, even if it looks like a If you feel anyone in your yard or inside your house, behave like a human, assume it isn't. If you have access to any loaded weapon, you make sure to have it on you at all times. If you see anyone who has biologically impossible features, make sure to run and hide. If you see a clone of your health or somebody else you know, run and hide. Don't try to save your pets from any harm that may happen if an intrusion occurs, because it could cost you your life. Make sure to hide your children and be prepared for the worst.
All zones are advised to listen carefully and without interruption. Over the past several days, the Office of Anomalies has received a growing number of reports describing a shared and deeply concerning phenomenon. Multiple individuals have claimed that while watching routine dusk broadcast transmissions, they distinctly heard their own names spoken or whispered. In most cases, the name was not addressed directly. It was heard softly, as if layered beneath the broadcast itself. In other cases, it was heard clearly, spoken once, and never repeated. At first, these reports were dismissed as auditory misinterpretations or coincidence. However, the pattern has continued to develop. Several of the individuals who reported hearing their name have since gone missing. In each confirmed case, the disappearance occurred within 48 hours of the initial report. This broadcast exists to clarify one critical fact. Dusk broadcast does not address individual viewers by name. We do not possess the capability to identify you. We do not have access to personal data, biometric markers, or auditory feedback from viewers. At no point in our operational history has Dusk broadcast ever spoken directly to a specific individual. If you have heard your name during one of our transmissions, it did not originate from us. At this time, the source of this phenomenon remains unidentified. The OAS has confirmed that the signal itself has not been altered in any detectable way. No foreign transmission has been isolated. No external broadcast has been located. Despite this, unauthorized auditory elements continue to be reported by viewers. You may recall that in the past, certain unauthorized groups attempted to interfere with our broadcast. Those incidents were contained and the individuals responsible were punished appropriately. This situation does not match those prior events. Until further notice, the following guidance must be observed. If, while watching a Dusk broadcast transmission, you hear your name spoken or whispered, do not respond. Do not show it to anyone else. Do not acknowledge it. Do not rewind the video to confirm what you heard. Do not attempt to listen more closely. Immediately stop the broadcast and report the incident to your nearest office of Anomaly Safety Center. If you hear a voice that does not belong to Dusk broadcast, one that speaks differently, pauses unnaturally, or seems to wait for you, do not trust it. No legitimate communication from us requires your participation or your confirmation beyond passive listening. If you are currently watching this broadcast and believe you have heard your name at any point during this transmission, stop watching immediately, leave the room, turn off the device, report the incident as soon as possible. Until more information is available, treat all unexplained auditory elements during broadcast as hostile. Dusk broadcast signing off. Stay tuned, stay safe.
A kid stuck in the basement. Their parents would not tell them to. He hasn't been there for 10 years. He really wants to go. So he said, if you don't listen to your parents, then you listen. then just listen to them. If you hear something in the basement, call 911 immediately. It's not a drill. 3 days ago, he was missing because he was consumed by the eye dweller. If you see eye dweller, get out of the basement immediately. This is not a drill, it's real life. If you see something in the basement, do not follow. If you see something coming closer, do not move. This is real life. It happens to a man. That kid went to the basement. He was trying to get his kid, and there was an eye dweller behind the closet. If you're in the basement, saw the closet, get out of the basement immediately. This is not a drill. It's literally real life. Everyone keeps saying it's fake, but it is real. This is real life. It's so weird, but this is why. This is why he was missing, because of eye dweller. He's trying to look for people. If you see eye dweller in your screen, do not go close. Look away immediately. If you see eye dweller on your screen when you're watching something, turn off the TV immediately. That means he's watching you. If you see eye dweller in your basement, that means he is stalking you. If you see it, get out of this house and never go to the house again. This house is so bad. It's not good for you. If you got consumed by the eye dweller, you are missing. For 4 days. If you got consumed, then it's too late. That means you're in danger. The police has been arrived in the basement. They saw an eye dweller and they were missing. This is so weird. Approximately, this was not good for them. They were a pilot. They saw eye dweller watching them. It was an Air New Zealand plane. There was an eye dweller in Auckland. If you go to Auckland, this is bad news for you. Sometimes there's no eye dweller in Auckland. Sometimes there's eye dweller in USA. If you see the eye dweller on your screen, do not look at the screen. Because if you do look at the screen, you're cooked. Because some people in 1922, there was this eye dweller. The broadcast has been alert for 2 years. They can't figure out how to disable it. But it's too late. They just don't know. The scientists don't know how does it exist. And finally, the scientists know. There are these particles, dust, and someone's eyeball. A kid, the same kid I was telling you before. If you're getting closer to them, so make sure you're safe away and do not look. If you do look at the screen, you are cooked. Make sure you're safe. So hopefully you don't get consumed by eye dweller. If you're watching this, then you should be safe. But look, there's some people trying to enter back room. So why? You don't want to go back rooms. If you do go to the back rooms, it's too late. You're gonna be dead. There was one guy in 2019. There was this guy who went to the back room out of no clip. He saw a bacteria monster, which is this monster level 0 in back rooms. This is pretty weird. And this man doesn't know how is he here in back rooms. He just wanted to try to go back to Earth. 9 backrooms. Be stuck in the backrooms forever. If you no clip in the backrooms, do not no clip. This is not a drill. This is serious. But if you do no clip, you're in danger. If you're on the last level, if you jump in the middle of the circle in the staircase, which is level 9, I think 9 quintillion 522, 1,522, 1,522, 923 level. If you jump in the middle, you're gonna get teleported to the void. It's the void that never ends. If you're in the void, then you'll be dead. You might think the void is rainbow because of the void. Well, usually voids are black, not rainbow. Why did Backrooms invented this? Something is getting weird. Like, who invented Backrooms? Scientists doesn't know what it's doing. The bacteria doesn't have any behaviors. It only has 3. First, it's gonna hunt you. Second, it's gonna eat you. Third is you're gonna turn into them. People might thinking, what is behind the wall in Backrooms? So behind the wall in Backrooms is something breathing. It's the bacteria monster. If you see bacteria monster, run really fast. You can't call 911. You can't call anyone in Backrooms because they don't have no signal. If you try to get Wi-Fi in Backrooms, you still can't call them because you're far away than them. Because Backrooms is from the void. But if you do escape, good luck for you. But if you don't escape, then it's too late. You can't go back. This is a mercy. This is so bad for you. If you look in the back rooms, then that's emergency danger. In level 5,922, there's this eye dweller. There's 5 eye dwellers gonna hunt you. Level 7 is the same place in back rooms. Level 7 is the free one. They give you food and water. But if you know that out of reality, then good luck. But do not go back rooms. Every kid say it's fun, but it is not fun. It is serious. If you no clip, then you didn't follow instructions. Be safe. Do not go back rooms. Something is wrong here. If you're watching this, it is for you. There is something alive in this world. Something is alive. It's called the Boiled One. His name is Finn228. It's a Boiled One. If you see it on your screen, you have to run immediately. This is getting very, very serious. If you're watching this, you're getting goosebumps. This is super bad for you. If you see Boiled One in this thing. But if you do see it, nah, you're very cooked. But please follow this instruction right now to stop this thing. Scientists can't even stop this thing. There's one man that went vacation and he saw this thing in the sky. He just saw something. This is not a drill. This is very, very, very bad. I can't even explain this. This is emergency broadcast. This is not good because someone is watching you. Like what I said, eye dweller, and boiled one. This is so bad for you guys. If you see it from your message, get away or smash your phone immediately or tablets. It can only happen in America.
Nah.
This is good for you. You're the safest. If you live in America, yep, you're cooked. The only one lives in Ohio, but if you live in Ohio, you don't see him because he came in 1979. This is not a drill. It's real life. You might think it's raining, thundering, or rainbowing, but this is not good. If you see your clone yourself, then you have to get out of it. This is... He can mimic your voice. This is so bad for you. If he do mimic your voice, then just ask him a question. Just say, what is your name? And then he will just say your name. But this question might get him. Look, he can say, who is the God? Then they will say nothing. But the real God is Jesus. If they don't know, then nothing's there. A clown. If you see Fin 228, get out. Make sure you're safe. Bye. This is the last podcast. This is the sad news. In 1979, Air New Zealand plane called Air New Zealand 901. Air New Zealand 901, then you might see it. In 1979, there is 257 passengers on board of Air New Zealand 901. They were just that plane was from Auckland. The Discovery, the pilots from Air New Zealand 901, they just want to go Antarctica to Auckland, and they went to Antarctica. This was very sad news. They were in Antarctica and there's too much fog. They were heading to Mountain Everest, which is from Antarctica. They're just trying to contact a police immediately, and they only sent it from 1 a.m. But their flight was 8 a.m. This was very bad news. Plus, they just try to leave Antarctica. Their goal is they want to go Antarctica because everyone loves it. And the board, every passenger, 257 passengers were confused what is happening. The pilots know what is happening. They're in the wrong direction. Their goal is they want to go Antarctica and go back to home safely. They head to Mountain Everest and 257 people in New Zealand 901 plane, they vanished forever. Police were just trying to Macro from Antarctica Airport. They just tried to contact Air New Zealand 901, but they didn't even respond. So they decided to check on them, and they never checked on them. This was very bad. And they found someone that they were vanished. They can't even they only find the pieces from Air New Zealand 901 plane. If you're in a plane, and if you're something, then you might be cooked. The pilots really want to, get away, but they can't, because they need full power. Their last moment, the pilots just say, Go around power, please. And that's it. Under 6 seconds, the plane was consumed forever. If you're in a flight, just put it on.